Yes, Shaman King, or as they call it in the Polish dub. Welcome folks. In English, they have announced that Shaman King is coming in April. Congratulations, we finally did it at long last. I think this is the collab set that most people have been looking forward to, whereas I am looking forward to a completely different collab being announced for Vanguard in the near future. Please, Nintendo and Bushiroad work together. That would be really, really cool, especially since Cypher is gone. But anyway, today we're gonna open up the Japanese trial deck as well as a booster set, or title booster, I think they're called, for Shaman King, and go over some of the cards, because of course this set is pretty hype. You know, it's actually really good and pretty meta defining, especially Asukara-yo, this deck in particular, and there are quite a few decks. I think the main ones that have been meta defining have been Asukara-yo as well as these two. So this is Taoren and this is Horo-Horo. So both of these have been pretty meta defining. And speaking of collabs, Shadowverse also has a Shaman King collab going on right now. So it looks like Shaman King just collabs with virtually everything, which is a cool way to make a comeback, I suppose. But you can see here on the box, we see most of the main characters, and then this side is just the pack specification. So 12 packs per box, 7 cards per pack, and then there's also the different rarities. So as usual, they have 3 SSRs, 11 SPs, SKR, 84 different SKRs. This is Shaman King rares, and then of course the usual is 8 triples, 13 doubles, 20 rares, and 41 commons. So quite a few cool cards. We're gonna open up the trial deck first in order to see what's actually inside of it. So let's dig in. Well, actually, before we open up the trial deck, let me just open up the box so I can take out a few packs for a thumbnail shot. Hope you don't mind. All right, so opening up the box here, you can see that we have, ooh, that's a new little promotional. Well, I don't think Japan ever did these. So we have a season 2 you can watch on the official YouTube, and 330 Science, 6 different start decks. That's also very nice. And there's a box topper, which I think comes with a PG and an over trigger, if I'm not mistaken. It's pretty nice. I like to do this with the collab sets. Yep, ooh, that's a nice little over trigger, as well as the PG. So that's the, the good PG that you want to be running. So pretty nice. They're not foil or anything, but cool to have. And then this is what the pack design looks like. So of course, Asukara-yo with his spirit. So pretty cool. And that's the back of the box. So let me just quickly, I thought it was like Bandai, that's Kodansha. So that's the printing company, I guess, or like, the licensing company for Shaman King. All right, done with my thumbnail shot. We'll put the packs away into the box for later. So now let's dig into the trial deck. So I'm quite curious to see what is actually inside. This set was really popular in Japan. Like, I was watching, there's like some Japanese Pokemon YouTubers I watch who were like opening packs of Shaman King because they were just like, oh, I love Shaman King as a kid. And like a lot of people just in Japan in general have, big nostalgia towards Shaman King, especially the manga. And so I think that has attracted them into Vanguard as well as a result, which is always a good thing. I think this is a very smart collab on Bushiroad's part, and they've done a good job with it too. You see the sides of the trial deck here too have I think she's called, what was her name again? We'll remember it. It's going to be somewhere on the packaging in the actual card, And then the trial deck comes with the following. So we have a first guide, which is very important, and a playmat. Looks like it has its own design, judging from the looks of the drop zone here. Oh yes, they do a good job advertising as well. All the different cards and like the Shaman King rares. It's got like Shaman King rares and like how, like what Oversoul is and like the rules of the game and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Oh, I have seen this playmat. This is like the one with like the little orange flames. The damage zone looks really nice. I like that a lot. So it's pretty nice. I don't want to like unfold it entirely because it'll take up too much space, so we'll just put it away together with the first guide here. And let's take a look at the actual product. So we have the trial deck together with the power counters as always, and these power counters are super pretty. These are insanely nice. So we'll take a look at the power counters first. Set the deck aside for now. Let me actually zoom in over here. Buzzing. All right, so these are like orange with the text color being black, which is really nice. It's like a very strong neon orange. So you can see we have 20k, 5k, 10k, and 15. I use these all the time for tournaments nowadays, and these are like 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah. So basically, these are the ones that don't have the crit and the Persona Ride on them the way the Monster Strike ones did, which I really liked. So Monster Strike came with like crit and then Persona Ride and 100 million on them, whereas these ones just come with a 2, 3. Like the 2 is nice if you're a Bastion player because it's +2, to your front row, or I guess to your like all of your grade 3s. So that's pretty nice, but this one is the most useful one, the 5, 10, 15, 20, for the actual triggers and your 5k increments. So I'll add those to my collection, and now let's get into the actual trial deck here. I read through the effects, but I've already forgotten them, so we're gonna just like kind of run through it and read all of the cards together. And I think there's a chance to get some really rare stuff in here too. So here's of course the main character, Asukara-yo. He has the Oversoul ability. Once per turn, you can put a Amidamaru Rearguard into your soul to draw 1, and for that turn, he gains the Vanguard Circle ability. All of your front units get plus 5k power, so pretty good, you know, just a nice strong, like turns everything into like 23s basically. And Vanguard Circle when he attacks, if you have 4 more cards in damage, you can count almost 1 and he gains a crit. So it's kind of like a limit break. So that's pretty nice. And so we get 1 foil copy of him. Then we have, this is basically the ride line, right? So the grade 2 Asukara says, when this unit is boosted by Amidamaru, then you can count +1 and draw 1, and for that battle gets +5k, so 50k attacker makes it harder to guard. And of course, for that turn, when on Reaguard Circle, this unit gets +2k during your turn, which is nice. Ooh, we have a Shaman King rare here, I think. This is the grade 1 Asukara, so when he is ridden on top of the grade 0, you can search your deck for, I think that's the Amidamaru, and call it to the like middle back row Reaguard Circle, and then shuffle your deck, so that's also nice. And I think this is the Shaman King rare. Wait, no, it's signed. Wait a second. Wait. This is SSR. It's not Shaman King rare, this is SSR. This is SSR. I just saw the signature. Whoa. Oh my god. Wait, I am very curious of how much this is worth. All right, let's take a look. Shaman King. Are you serious? 200. Are you for real? This is the most expensive. It's the most expensive card in the trial deck by. I thought that was a Shaman King rare. What? That is actually insane. I cannot believe it. This is the starter. I need to get a sleeve. Holy hell. I'm glad I'm going into this mostly blind. Like, oh my dear lord. This is crazy. Like, what are the chances? Surely it must be insanely rare if it's that expensive, right? Wow. So this is also signed by one of my favorite voice actresses ever too, which is just, oh my god, that's insane. So that's the ride deck. I'm so overwhelmed. Then we get 3 more copies of the main grade 3 that we went over earlier. We get another 3 copies of the main grade 2 that we saw earlier as well. And then we have the 10k vanilla, which is Faust. So Faust we get 2 copies of, so he's replaceable. And then we have the Hokuto no Ryu. So he says Reaguard Circle. I think when your Asukara Yo Vanguard's attack hits, yes, when your Asukara Yo Vanguard's attack hits, you can count +2 to stand him. He's only 9k though, so he's not super strong, but still 4 copies, which is nice. Ooh, the PG looks really nice too. This is the 7k. Oh, Anna, that's her name. So we get 4 copies of the PG. Ooh, and 1 Shaman King rare. So that's what the Shaman King rares look like, right? Yes, that's what the Shaman King rares look like. We get the main grade 3 in that rarity too. That's pretty nice. It still looks beautiful. Like the foiling and everything looks really cool. So not the best SKR to get because of course you don't play these PGs, but it's still cool. This is the Amidamaru. So this is the one that you call out with the ride line. So he says during your turn Reaguard Circle, if you have Asukara Yo Vanguard, then he gets +5k, so he's at 13k. And if during this turn you oversold, this unit gets +1 crit because he has 0 crit normally. So he's a good booster, you know, going to be a very strong boost on turn 2. And on top of that, he can also be a nice 13k attacker when you oversold. So we get 4 copies of him too. And then we have Eriza. So Eriza says when she boosts Faust during that battle, she gets +5k. So a 13k booster, which is quite nice for strong columns, even in a trial deck. So this is, I think, Tokagero. So this is a grade 1 with 7k power. During your turn, he gets +2k. And it gives all of him in the same column as this unit +5k. So not too bad for the start deck. Then we get 4 regular crits. We get 3 fronts. Then we have draws 4 times. And then the heal 4 times as well. And then we have an order. So it's a grade 2 order, Nyorai. So it's a normal order. If you have an Asukara Yo unit, you can play this. And then your Amidamaru Rearguard. If you have an Amidamaru Rearguard, then your Asukara Yo Vanguard gets +10k power. If you don't have it Amidamaru, then you can choose an Amidamaru from your Rearguard Circle and call it, from your drop zone and call it to Rearguard Circle. So it kind of like revives it, which is pretty sick. We get 2 copies. And then the over trigger, which is not actually a trigger, it's an order. So I mean, it's an over trigger, but it doesn't have shield power. It's played as an order. So when you play it as an order, if your Vanguard oversold this turn, you can choose to retire all of your opponent's rear guards. But when you check this as a trigger, you can deal your opponent's Vanguard 1 damage with no like damage restrictions, which is really, really strong. So it's a really good trial deck. Like the card quality is really, really good. Like there's like a pretty clear win condition for just the trial deck as well. But good God, I did not expect to pull the actual SSR starter. I do not have any expectations for the box at this point. The box can give me whatever it wants. Like this is crazy. This is actually crazy. So with that out the way, now let's get into the box itself. So as we said earlier, the box contains 12 packs, so it's actually quite a bit, you know, just 4 less than a booster box, like a regular BT set. I feel like the flaps in the Japanese boxes are a bit easier to place in the corner there. So this is the pack, so let's get into it. We already saw all the specifics at the start of the video, so I just want to get cracking through these packs. I'll put the box over here. Silver arms, so all of the silver arms in the same column as this unit cannot be attacked, which is pretty interesting. Okay, we have an order rather for Oversoul. This is for one of the other decks. Nani ga attemo. So this is an order as well. If you have 5 or more damage, countercharge 2. I haven't seen this card even. For the record, I haven't watched the new Shaman King anime. I watched Shaman King as a kid. Like, I used to wake up really early for it just to watch it, and I really, really loved it. But I haven't watched the new anime yet, and I do want to check it out. So I will definitely give it a look. So our first rare, Calcium no Kyojin, so the giant of calcium. So you can't normal call it to rear, but on rearguard circle, for every necromancy in your order zone, this gets plus 5k power, and at the end of the turn retires. It's kind of like a skull dragon, which is pretty cool. And we have a double rare. Okay, let me put the rares. Sorry, it's gonna get a bit cluttered. Put the rares here. This is a double rare, so this is the X-Laws Maruko. It plays on rear count +1, search your deck for a Mikael and call it and shuffle your deck. And during your turn, when you have a Mikael in the same column as this unit, he gets plus 10k and a crit. Oh, all of your Mikaels in the same column as this unit get plus 10k and a crit. Damn, it's pretty good. So you might want to have him in the back row actually. And then we have the Kororo front as well as a grade 1. So this is the horse. I've seen the horse with like the big guy. Sorry, I don't remember names of the characters that well either, because I really should have watched the series before opening this, but haven't really had too much time with BRO running around. All right, so let's move on. We have another order here. Tamao no Uranai. So Tamao is like fortune telling. So you have a Mao unit. You can soul boss 1 to play this. You can draw 1, look at top card, or reveal the top card if it's a trigger. If it's a not trigger, then choose one of your Maos and give it plus 10k. Seems all right. Ooh, nice. We got the PG. This is the good PG that you can use with the low hand, which is very good. Oh, there we go. This is the guy I was talking about. So this is a double rare as well. So Bason is what he's called. So in the drop, if you have a grade 3 higher Vanguard, if you're a grade 3 higher Vanguard that is like his, I think it's Taoren is placed. If you don't have him on the field, you can call him. So he basically revives himself, which is pretty good. So he's a double rare. And then we have the starter as well as a draw trigger, which is also Bason, which is pretty good. The arts are very nice actually for the cards. Like some of them are screenshots from the anime, but usually like anything double rare and higher is actually original art, which is very nice. And we have this wolf guy, another one of these orders. Kind of wants to put 1 to play it, to look at the top 2 of your deck, put 1 to hand and put the rest into his soul. That's not too bad. Oh yeah, this is so Horo. He uses kind of like a Zorga sort of. So if you have a Horo unit, sorry, if you don't have a If you have a Horo unit, you can soul boss 1 to play this. Sorry, my camera is like not dealing well with this. You draw 1 and choose one of your opponent's rear guards, and that unit cannot stand during the opponent's next stand phase. So it's kind of like a mega colony. Then we have Shiruba. Looks cool. You can reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's a Silver Arms or a Gorudo Bakara something, you can add it to your hand, otherwise discard it. Okay. All right, then he like does something with silver arm. It's pretty interesting mechanic, I'd say. Looks interesting. Then we have Kororo, so there's a double rare. In the drop, when your Horo Vanguard, when you have a Horo named Vanguard, for that turn, if that unit is not oversold, you can bind this card and then search a Kororo trigger unit and call it to rearguard circle. So she like revives other Kororos, which is interesting. Ooh, this guy looks nice. Also looks like original art. When you play a normal order, this unit gets plus 5k, so seems alright. And we have a Faust starter as well. The cards are interesting, like a lot of cool deck mechanics as well. I know Kai made a video on the WCC channel on like what all the different Shaman King decks do, so I recommend you guys check that out. You know, support fellow content creators on our journey to, you know, bring you guys good content. So here we have Taoren. So Taoren, basically when he's when his attack hits while being boosted by, I'm assuming Baron, you can draw 1, so it's pretty good. I think that's the right line. Ooh, that's a triple rare. Okay, good triple rare to get. This is a very generic card. So Jan says when placed on rearguard circle, soul blast 3 to draw 1, countercharge 1. That's a really good effect, and of course it looks beautiful too. So it's triple rare. Looks like a Shaman King rare, but it is very nice, very nice. So that's good. Then we have a starter for Taoren and a draw trigger. So let's move on. I think we still have quite a few packs. I think like at least 8 or something. So quite nice. So far every pack has had a hit too, which is very cool. We have Faust, There's an order for best place. That's like his gimmick. Then we have, ooh, that's another triple, I think. This is the Tauren grade 3. So this is actually one of the meta decks. So Tauren says Oversoul. Once per turn, Vanguard Circle, -1, and put a Baton rearguard into the, sorry, a Bason rearguard into the soul. And then choose all of your opponent rearguards and retire them. And for that turn, this unit gets plus 10k. And for if you retired one or less units, your opponent has to choose one card from their hand and discard it, which is cool. Like if they counterplay it, then they have to lose at least a few rearguards or otherwise lose a card from hand. And when this deck hits anything, you can search your deck for a Bason grade 3 or higher, search it, reveal it, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. Or no, is that Bason or is that Tauren? Sorry, that's Tauren. So he searches for a copy of Tauren grade 3, so he searches out Personalized, which is really good. So that's also very nice. And then we have a couple more commons, so also very cool. Nice. The arts are really nice in this set, and I've heard like the decks all seem really, really good. Like Oscar Yo is very good because he gets a lot of good support. But Tauren is also nice. Horo Horo is also very good. There's another Horo Horo order. If you have a Horo Horo unit, then you can play this. Choose one of your opponent's front row, and your opponent moves that to an empty rearguard circle. And if they couldn't, then you retire that unit. And then if you have a Kau Puryuenpe. Oh, if you have another order, a Holo Holo order, because these are Holo Holo orders. If you have basically a Holo Holo order that isn't this, you can choose one from your drop and add it to your hand, and if you did, then you bind this card. So it's an order-based deck, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Then we have a Faust, and ooh, this is I think this is a Shaman King rare. I think this is the token. Yeah, this is the token for the decks. I think the Faust deck uses the tokens, so looks very nice. Nice foil. Oh, and this is the Ryu no Nakamatachi, so it's like Ryu's friends. So apparently you can have like what, 9 of these in a deck, kind of like meteors. It's pretty interesting. And again, another Tauren grade 0. So every pack has had some nice foils. Like just opening this is fun. Just opening this is, you know, giving me happy feelings, good feelings, happy times, good vibes. Ooh, we have another grade 3. Ooh, Jagger Mike. This is really good with the grade 2 that he supports, because he says when he boosts for that battle, he gets plus 2k. And if you have a Shoko Love, that if he's boosting Shoko Love, he gives 5k instead of 2k, and your opponent has to choose 3 cards in their hand and reveal them, which is really, really good. So that's very cool. And then we have Ryu, triple rare. When you place a Vanguard Circle, you can look at you can search your deck for a best place, or like best place, like the order card we saw earlier. I think it's this grade 1 down here, and add it to your hand. And then once per turn, you can count +1 and put, I think, like his, I guess, spirit into the soul to go into Oversoul. And for each best place in your order zone and soul, all of your units get plus 5k. So it's pretty cool. Nice little like offensive playstyle. I do like it. We have a heal trigger in here as well, and this is the friends that you can have 9 of in a deck. So pretty funny. The friends art is also kind of funny, but yeah, like the foils all look really, really good. I think the art pops for this deck quite hard. All right, we have the Morphine as a fairy. Ooh, double rare Tauren is the grade 2 of the ride line. So when he attacks without being boosted on a rearguard circle, counterblast 1, and then for that battle gain 10k. Okay, he's not the ride line. Both of his skills are rearguard circle. And when he attacks and hits a grade 3 or greater Vanguard, you can discard 1 to make your opponent discard 1 from their hand. Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. Actually, like quite cool pressure. I always like pressure. You know, I like these kind of pressure cards. All right. Let's open up another pack. We have just a few remaining, and I'm not sure what the ratios are, so we'll find out at the end of the box. We have a Sneck. We have Faust. He has Dio's voice actor, which is really cool. I found out through Shadowverse. Then we have another Ryu. We have this double rare, the Ruzerugu. He's also leader in Shadowverse. When placed on rear, count +1 and search your deck for a Morphine, so the grade 1 we saw earlier, and call it to the same column as this unit and shuffle your deck. And when this deck attacks a Vanguard, you can reveal the top card of your deck, and then you can put it on top or bottom. So it's kind of like OTT playstyle. So another double rare and a crit on top of that. I think we have like 3 packs left, so we're almost done with the box. Been really enjoying it though. It's been very fun to open, especially after that banger trial deck. Like Jesus Christ. All right, this is another Kuchi. If you have an unnamed unit, count 1 to play it, and then switch deck for a unit card. I can't tell what kind. I don't know what this kanji means. And call it to rear and shuffle your deck. So he's like a searcher for something, but I'm not sure what it is. I apologize. Ooh, who are you? Hello. Zam. Should you be looking kind of good though? Count 1, rest her, and then all of your Yankee something in the same column as this unit get plus 15k. Oh, I've seen this one. She's pretty good. Ooh, that is another Ana. I think it's the same art as the whatchamacallit, the PG. Is this a really good Ana that, like, I think she's a double rare or triple rare even? So middle back row rearguard circle, when your Asura Yo Vanguard attacks and the attack does not hit, you can counterblast 1 and rest this unit to make your Vanguard stand and lose 1 drive. So she's literally like Dragonic Descendant. She's really, really good. So I'm pretty sure she's a triple rare if I'm not mistaken. So I think she is. And this is the token, what it looks like without the extra rarity. So looks pretty cool. You know, just another token, kind of like Shadow Army tokens. So very nice. Damn, so far, very nice pulls from the box. I'm just enjoying it. Honestly, just vibing. Oh yeah, Sponchy. I've seen this guy before. Oh, Gagwind. What a name. All right, this spirit guy. Ooh, Tachi Hadakaru Kyoteki. So your How on Vanguard or Rearguard Circle. So your How named unit on Vanguard Rearguard Circle and your Spirit of Fire. If you have 1 of each or more on the field, you can almost want to play this card to choose all of your opponent's rearguards and retire them. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's pretty good for CB1. Okay, then we have Eriza. This is Faust's wife, question mark? I'm not sure exactly what she is. If your Faust oversold this turn, she gets plus 10k in a crit, and when she attacks it in the battle, cost 1 and retire 3 of these tokens, and then she stands. Oh, it sounds like Orphist. Pretty cool. Sounds very Orphisty actually, now that I think about it. All right, and finally, one last pack. Let's see if we pull another SSR of anything of any sort. I didn't even know the SSRs were in the trial deck, to be honest. Like, that's still, I'm very shook from that alone, to be honest. All right, we have a Horo Grade 2 and Faust the 7th as our last triple, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's gonna be the last triple. So let's read him as well. Oversoul, once per turn, act, put an Eliza Rearguard into your soul to countercharge 1 and choose a Eliza from your normal unit from your drop and call it to Rearguard Circle, so you can revive her, which is pretty good. And once per turn, counterblast 1, retire 3 of those tokens, and then you can choose from your hand or drop zone the Calcium Giant and call it to Rearguard Circle. So it feels like Grand Blue meets Orphist, which is pretty cool. So in terms of the high rare pulls, let me summarize them real quick. So these are the double rares. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 doubles. So basically these ones, I'll have to check the values and stuff of them later on, but you know, just a little bit of everything. Quite a bit of stuff for Tauren actually, so that's a nice deck. Wish we got the grade 2 triple rare Asukara Yo, because that one's very good. Then for triples, we got, of course, also the Hao triple rare is really good too. But the Jan is very nice. Glad we pulled her. Tauren, he's the main grade 3 there. The Ryu, not really planning to build him. Neither was I planning to build Faust, but very cool. So those 4 triples, and then we got 2 of the Shaman King rares, the SKRs and the Ana. I think she might be a triple actually, if I'm not mistaken, or a double, but good, like, high rarity regardless. So yeah, there you go, there you have it. That was Shaman King, a very exciting opening, and I think this was definitely the big highlight from the trial deck as well. Definitely a huge highlight. But yeah, Shaman King is coming to English in April, so I'm very excited for it. I hope you guys are too. I'm gonna get on and watch the anime as well soon, because now I'm caught up on Demon Slayer, caught up on JoJo, so I guess it's time to start hitting Shaman King too. Let me know what you guys think of Shaman King in the comments as well. I personally think it is pretty hype, and tell me what kind of collabs you guys want in Overdrive as well. For me, it is Fire Emblem, Granblue Fantasy, and Shadowverse. I think those would be very, very sick. Also, Dragalia Lost. Dragalia Lost would also be very, very cool. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you liked the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. But otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.